Hi guys, my name is Erica Slim. I just want to jump here quickly to tell you a story about a recent fraud that I went through with a company called Social Trading Club Funding. This is a Forex prop firm that allows you to share into some of their capital for your advantage and grow with them under a contract where you have a profit split between the trader as a contractor and the company as the provider of this capital. I have been fortunate enough to work with several other prop firms throughout the past 3 years. I've always had a great time with them. Quick withdrawals, good market conditions. I have been asked to actually give interviews for other prop firms regarding our success as prop firm and trader. And this is definitely the first time that I have been scammed out of a $16,000 payout from this company. I made $20,000 last month with them, and according to her contract, I am due for a $16,000 payout last week. And I have been fighting them for the past week, and they have just been denying the payout for a number of confusing reasons that make no sense. And I am here to share those with you so you don't have to go through it, and we can share some light into this new space for traders out there. All right, thank you for your time.
Okay, so you can see here a post made by Social Trading Club on their Discord, where they are posting the leaderboard of the top traders of the month, and you can see my name there on second place with a 20% ROI during the month, which is equivalent to $20,000. So I'm a bit upset with this post because when I saw it, I was pretty excited that they're actually promoting some of the traders who are successful with them. And this obviously makes people want to join the team, right? And next up, I'm going to show you what the contract looked like before this whole debacle with the payout. It is important for you to note that this was dated on July 18th, and this is the way it looked like every single day up until yesterday. And at the bottom of this contract, you can see that it says amendments to this schedule, which is the area where they explain that if the company was to change any of the rules, they would have to give you a written notice 1 day prior to these changes affecting you. Okay. So this is a very important thing that you're going to need to understand further on. So on the fourth rule up here, you can see something called lot size consistency rule. And basically, what this means is that the company wants you to be consistent with the volume that you're trading. So they want you to have very similar trades in size throughout the month and not have any spikes in volume, having a very large trade or very small trades some days and having that inconsistency. Okay. So the way the consistency rule is calculated according to the rules and also a Discord section that they posted with every single example that they could think of is that they take all of the trades that you place during the month and they come up with an average. So all of the lots traded divided by all of the trades placed. Okay. So as you can see here, what I did was place entirely exclusively one lot size trades throughout the month. I trade the New York session, which has a lot of volume. I scalp the NASDAQ during the New York session, which allows me to work with a very small size on my lots and still make a good amount of money. So I decided to keep it on the one lot range so I wouldn't have any issues with the consistency rule that STC provided for us when I purchased the challenge. So when I process my withdrawal request with them online, they take approximately about 2 to 3 days to respond to me. And I get this email from them saying that their team has carefully reviewed my trading account and they regret to inform me that my withdrawal request has not been approved. So I was a bit confused about that. And they explained to me that the problem they found with my account is that I breached one of their rules, the consistency rule, by trading out of range. So they provide the range of my trades there, as you can see. And they came to the amount of having a 0.22 lot lower band breach level and a 1.78 upper band breach level. So they even say there that my average trade size is 0.89 lots and all of my trades are within the range. So I think there must be a misunderstanding here and a confusion, and I email them back. So before emailing them back, I take a detailed report from my MT4 and I highlight, they did send me a list with the traits that were breaching the levels. So I highlighted those in a PDF that I could send back to help them with the confusion of breaching trades that were within the range. So I sent that attached file with an email to them, just asking them to please help me out with that confusion. And I did this in a kind way and waited for their response. I even specified and took a screenshot of the average trade size and the numbers that they sent to me on that email and told them that all of the trades on that list and on my MT4 are within range, and they deducted all of my payout from my payout. So I was a bit confused and sent that to them, right? So on that same night, I go into their Discord and I see that they actually have an entire section about the consistency rule. And they explain to you how to calculate your average lot size and how to, they give out a few examples of how to respect the rule. So I look at it and I'm like, okay, so I have the correct numbers and all of my trades were within range, and I contact the STC team through Discord. So I go on Discord and I post there that I am the person whose name is on the leaderboard and that I have an issue with my payout and I would like for someone to help me. I explained the issue there and I tried opening a support ticket. I got no answer. And I tagged the owner of the company, who's actually the person who manages personally the Discord channel. So I sent the proof there. And as you can see down there, some of the other clients of the firm were a bit concerned about the situation because it was starting to look sketchy. So I'm out here thinking that this might actually be solved because I saw that the owner of the company is the person who manages the Discord account. And I thought maybe there was an issue with their staff and that me being able to contact the owner directly might be a way to solve my issue. So the next morning, I actually get a response from the owner asking me for my support ticket number, my account number, and to log a support ticket on Discord. So I thought we were on the right path, and I did log that support ticket on Discord, only to have it ignored for the rest of the week. So the next morning, I get this email from them saying that they would like to apologize for the delayed response. And I was reading this very excited, thinking that they were actually going to fix the problem. And they just said that they were going to forward this to the relevant team of theirs. So I kept on waiting. And a couple of hours later, I get another email from them thanking me for my patience, etc., and kindly informing me that the consistency breach that I have inquired about has been applied correctly and it is valid. They cannot reverse the breach, and they are letting me know that I shouldn't worry since I can still trade for them on the same account for the next month. So they're being very kind and letting me keep the account that I trade for them, even though they kept my money. Thank you for understanding, and if any further question arises, feel free to contact us. So I read that and I get very upset. And I go back on Discord and I share with the rest of the clients a screenshot of that email saying that unfortunately the team at SCC was unable to pay me what I was due. I started posting the proof of the consistency rule, my levels, my trades. I sent a PDF, an Excel file with all of my trades for them to see. And a lot of people started to get worried, and a lot of them started to send me private messages very confused about the whole withdrawal situation. So other customers start to jump into the conversation and ask directly that they had doubts about the whole thing and asking the owner if he can explain why the trades that were in range were denied as well. So he texted back that customer and he said that unfortunately the risk team that analyzes the breach makes the calls. So if there was no breach of any kind, they would have no reason whatsoever to deny payment since 100 of the traders get paid weekly with no issues. So I loved that message and I replied to it asking him because I don't see any breaches. If he can point me in the right direction of who to contact, because every single trade was within range and no one has been able to help me here. So I started posting again the whole thing about the ticket that I submitted and how I got ignored. And he replied that the team works from Australia and it was a public holiday that day. So we went on Google and we found out that there was no public holiday on Australia today, only to later find out that actually the social trading club staff is comprised of just the owner. After that, I texted him back on the general chat and I asked him if I could see this issue personally with him or what would be recommended for me. So he just shut me down, saying that the email that I received above was that being reviewed. And I said that, yeah, I got an email, but with no answer. And that email just says that the case is kind of closed, but it does not explain anything about the range or my lots being within range. So I said that I was asking directly. And I replied to a previous message from him saying that if there is no breach, then they would have no reason to deny payment. And I replied to that and asked him if he could maybe explain the reason or help me work through this with him. So he replied that if risk denied the payment, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do from the administrative side, which is the same side as I mentioned before. So I asked him if he really couldn't do anything as the owner of the company. And he said they would have the reasons. And I asked him if me as a client, can I know the reason why they're denying it? Because I can't believe that I'm getting from an owner of a company a text saying they have their reasons when I think I should deserve to know the reasons. So after that, he jumps onto the next lie, which is that I was breached by ACAP, who's the broker. And so first he couldn't help because it was another team. Then because the team was in Australia and it was a holiday, we posted that it was not a holiday. So then he went back to the risk team being the one with the answers. And then I asked about that, and he jumped on to 8cap being the one with the answers. So I kindly replied to him that the email that I'm getting is from STC and not 8cap. And I do personally know a couple of account regional managers from certain brokers, and they have confirmed to me that that is actually false. And the company is the one who processes and denies payouts and not the broker. The broker is just that middleman that allows you to connect to the market. So I respond that he ignored it, he never answered that question, and then people started to jump in, being actually very concerned about how this whole thing was being handled. So after that, another client recommends that I calculate all of the trades that were placed within a 30-second range and merge them into one, and then recalculate the entire MT4 report. So I sat on my computer for 3 hours and one by one, I merged all of the trades that were placed within 30 seconds and I sent that to their Discord. And on those videos, I went through all of the trades and explained how even if I merged them, I would still be owed money and they weren't going to pay, and how the entire list that they sent over was pretty inconsistent since I had some of the trades merged and not breached. Some were breached, but they were not merged together, vice versa. Some were entirely okay and within range, and they were marked by STC, and they just absolutely just denied payment. But the entire list is just messy to begin with. Nothing makes sense in the list that they sent over. So I explained that in detail for the rest of the customers to see. So I wake up the next morning and I have a new email from the team, and it says that they apologize for the delay in getting back to me and that they only have removed the profitable trades during the revision that were breaching this rule, right? And in addition, they have now observed after they originally denied it for sketchy reasons, now they have a new reason, and it is that I made attempts to bypass the consistency rule by opening multiple positions simultaneously. So something that was not in their contract, it was not prohibited to begin with. Now they are telling me that this is why the trades fall outside of range and that this is now the new reason as to why they're not paying me. He then goes on to reply to me on Discord, even though he ignores most of my questions about everything, but he decided to reply to me and share with me a link and a screenshot of the new lot size consistency rule. So he tags me and he posts this new schedule of assessment that he came up with last night. And to his misfortune, I had taken screenshots of the assessment before I went to bed because I had the feeling that he was going to change them while I was sleeping. So this right here is the screenshot of me proving that yesterday at 8 p.m. I took a screenshot of the whole contract before they changed it. And we go to the lot size consistency rule where it's just the average size of all your trades, the way we talked about it in the beginning of the video, upwards of 100% and downwards to 75%, blah, 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 the same amounts that they gave to me in the original email. And that important part under that contract that talks about amendments to this contract, where they should give me a 1 day prior written notice before they apply any changes that could affect me. So I have this screenshot, and let me show you the new contract that he came up with last night. So you can see here the screenshot of the previous terms up until last night, terms under which they denied the payment. And then the screenshot that he sent over to me on Discord with the new updated terms that they failed to notify me about and that they actually just changed last night. So my payment, which was due on November the 2nd, is not actually under these new rules. So it's the exact same text, just at the end, he added, note, trades are aggregated when placed within a 30-second window into one position for both profit, which is very weirdly written, but okay. So now he added that to kind of find a new reason as to why he can deny payment for me. But he forgot that at the bottom of that contract, it says that he should notify me 1 day prior with a written notice if any of these changes were to affect me. And also the fact that I processed this withdrawal on November the 2nd, and he cannot deny that for no reason and then come up with a reason a week later, just out of nowhere, right? So as soon as I wake up and I see that reply that he made for me, I texted him back on the general chat and I sent over the screenshots that I took last night of the schedule of assessment. And I said, this is your schedule of assessment dated yesterday at 8 p.m. Did you change it overnight to deny payment? Because down there it says that this schedule may be updated or amended, but I have to be given 1 day prior written notice before they apply it to me. So on Sunday that they denied payment because my lots were out of range. Then on Tuesday he said because it was an Australian holiday, then he couldn't help me because it was actually an 8 cap's hands. Now 8 cap it doesn't matter anymore, and that was never answered. But now he does have the last word, and now he has a new rule, and that's the new reason why he's not going to pay. So I have all of these screenshots, receipts, documents, his terms and conditions, the schedule of assessment. I downloaded everything during the month that I was trading, so I would have that proof before he changed anything. I posted this maybe about 5 hours ago, and I still have gotten no response. People are starting to ask questions and they get no response. And all I see is that he's always online playing video games because he still has his activity thing on Discord on. So I see that he reads everything, he just doesn't want to answer. And this just led me to confirm that this entire company is a scam. And I have seen some people, actually some friends of mine, this is how I ended up in this company, get some withdrawals, some minor withdrawals of $200, $300, $2,000, but this is the first big payout that they have to send out, and this is where they're starting to get sketchy. So this is the story so far. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support. And this is only to prove that there are some sketchy companies out there that are trying most definitely to take advantage of people and their money. and I don't think this is fair at all. I play by the rules. I am okay with rules being applied to me. I read all of the rules carefully. I save the rules on my PC because I am a careful trader and I know that this is a dangerous business when you have people like Mr. Clint involved who like to prey on smaller traders who are maybe at a disadvantage. So thank you for your support, thank you for your time, and I'll try to keep you posted if anything else comes up. Thank you.